Guys and girls, what is going on? Thank you so much for coming back to check out the channel. I'm so happy to be here again with you guys. I took the week off, but we're back, and tonight we're gonna be having our first live stream, and it's been about 7 days, like about a week. So thank you guys and girls so much for understanding. I needed to recharge the old batteries. I needed to, you know, come back a little bit more awake and alert, and I'm here, you guys. Have a lot of stuff I want to talk to you guys about tonight. We have Stock Tracker. He is back with us tonight, gonna let us know the 411. Is it 411 or 211? He's gonna let us know the 411 on PS5 and Xbox restocks. But as a bonus topic, we are talking censorship in video games, and there is a game out there called Martha is Dead that hasn't come out yet, but it's going to be released later this month, and there is a huge controversy about to hit the interwebs. If you haven't heard about it, we're going to talk about it after our restock talk with Stock Tracker. And I need to give a warning to you guys, okay? I need to, usually I try to stay away from content that might be a little bit offensive, especially to the younger viewers. But guys, this channel is not labeled for kids. It's a channel for adults, so I need to, but I do want to give a fair warning because I think a lot of people are not used to me showing this kind of stuff on stream. But during the end of the stream, we're gonna get into I'm gonna show you guys the unedited footage of this game that is getting cut from the PS5 version, and we're gonna discuss it, and I'm hopefully Stock Tracker can stick with us to the end of the night so that I can get his opinion about it. But also I would love to hear from you guys your opinion about the content that is being edited out from the PS5 version. It's going to be not edited on Xbox. So this is a talk I think we're going to be hearing a lot more about in the coming weeks ahead, especially after the game releases. But I have the unedited footage that I'm going to show you guys, so I just wanted to give that warning, that fair warning. But we're going to do that little intro, and when we come back, we're going to come back on with Stock Tracker and Parajez. Thank you so much for being here, and Ernosti, and Soylent Sachs, Joshua Hill, Walter Samples, and even Hector Valenzuela, the troll of the year, is back in the chat. And Hector, okay, and moderators, if anyone trolls on me, it's all good. Don't worry about that. But Hector, please don't troll other viewers, man. Come on, that's not cool. And thank you guys so much for smashing the like button. Appreciate that, y'all. Let's go. Stock Tracker is here with us. Stock Tracker, what is up, my dude?
Not much, man. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I took a little bit of a break. I had to recharge the old batteries.
Gotta do it, man.
Speaking of recharging batteries, dude, you've been nonstop, man. I've been seeing you posting those updates on Twitter, man. You've been going hard, guys. Stock Tracker's Twitter account is in the description. You have to be following this man. And not only are PS5, not only is he keeping us up to date on PS5s and Xboxes, Stock Tracker, you keep us up to date with a lot of hard to find stuff, huh?
Yeah. Basically anything that's like cool tech and exclusive, and like also like collector's edition stuff. I'm like, that's what, beyond just, any one particular console. It's like people who are interested in tech in general, man. I'm really stoked about like the new Samsung phone. I wish I was getting a little bit more trade-in credit. And especially I've been like saving up for an OLED TV, so I'm gonna have to pick one or the other. I don't think I'll be able to get the pre-order this time, but yeah, man, like any kind of cool stuff that's coming out like that, I mean, it looks pretty incredible. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get one this year.
Yeah, man, I saw that. So I know this is kind of like out of the blue question for you here, but sure. What's this is a really awesome deal that I'm seeing on the new it's the S21, right?
The S22. Yeah,
Oh,
they've
the
got like
S22.
the S22, the S22 Ultra, and then they have the new tablet as well. And see, that's another thing. Like, I wouldn't be able to choose just one or the other, so I got to take time to think about that. But yeah, there's like a special pre-order bonus right now, and you can also do a trade-in to like save some money. But yeah, the trade-in values are kind of mixed, so people got to kind of see what works for them. But yeah, man, it's just like anytime when you can save people money on like new tech or gaming stuff, especially, man, I'm like really down for that. So yeah, I'm stoked. It's cool. It's just cool to see what this year has. We're still kind of into a new year right now, and man, we still got, and like when PSVR 2 comes out too, I'm really stoked about what this year has.
Yeah, man, definitely. And I cannot wait to see what other cool deals you tweet out this year, man. Especially when
I'm gonna
the
find all kinds of stuff.
yeah, and I know you're gonna keep us on top of it for sure, man.
Oh yeah,
So,
you bet.
I'm actually interested in this $50. So, what's this $50 credit that anyone can get on the new
Oh,
Samsung
well,
phone?
yeah. So it's I think the $200 on the Ultra is like open to everybody. But there's a deal that I got worked out so that like if you use the links that I have posted up, you get an extra $50 off of
Ooh.
it. So yeah, so and that goes for like the S22 plus and the regular one, the S22. I think that gets you up to 200. You get up to 250 off of the or pre-order credit for the Ultra though. And then I can't remember what it is for the tablets. I think it might be about 200 instead of like 150. So yeah, it's an extra $50 credit off.
I like that. I like to
And
save
yeah,
some
if
money.
you're gonna get like accessories and stuff, you can make that work. Yeah, so and the accessories have been selling out too. So I've noticed when people were trying to pre-order the phone, like certain like the earbuds will be sold out or something like that. So there's some similarities between this and what we've experienced with games.
Yeah, for sure, man. I hear you. Guys, thank you so much for joining the chat here. I'm kind of laughing at what Soylent Sack says. Finally, a streamer who looks like me. Oh man, I didn't know. Man, you look as sexy as me. That's awesome, bro. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations, Soylent. Uh,
Big win right
Ernosti,
there.
adults 21 plus. Well, I mean the so that's not gonna happen till the end of the stream here after our restock talk. But I'm gonna show you guys the uncensored version of Martha is Dead, which is what we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But other than that, Tracker, what you been up to, man? I think it's been about like 2 weeks, right, since we talked. But I wanted to know how's everything, how
Yeah.
everything has been on your end.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Yeah, I've just been trying to think about, what to do into the year. Like I want to do some really big stuff with the community this year. And so I've been, trying to do some additional work on that, especially while it's been a bit slower for restocks. Personally, I've been kind of grinding on some Horizon so that I can get ready for Forbidden West.
Ooh boy.
Because I never completed the game, so I'm playing that whenever I can.
Yeah.
Also trying to get some Pokemon Arceus in there. So basically, I have my Switch at one side. I've got the PS5 controller, and yeah, that's been what I'm doing when I have some free time.
That's awesome, man. I'm pretty excited about Forbidden West, and I know I did a video on how to save $10. It's on a lot of websites, but I did a video. That was my last one that I dropped on Monday on how to save $10 on Forbidden West, and I'm gonna give an official update tomorrow. But it's looking good, you guys. Like, it's looking good. If you bought it through the Sony's browser, you saved $10 because it looks like it's gonna be the last PS5 game to be upgraded to the last PS4 game to be upgraded for free to PS5. It looks like all signs are pointing to that game being the last one, but you can definitely still right now go to you can't order if you have a PS5, you cannot purchase it. It doesn't even give you the option for the $59.99, but you can definitely still get it through Sony's website, and on release day on release day, you'll be able to upgrade for free to the PS5 version of Forbidden West. So I just wanted to give that quick update. Did you pre-order it already, Tracker?
Well, I got the collector's edition.
Nice,
so
nice.
I'll be getting that one in, yeah. And I'm pretty stoked for that too. I mean, there's some cool stuff in that, and I'm kind of loving the idea of like with that and with Elden Ring, like the statues for both of those look really cool.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man.
I'll be cracking at least one of those open to put on display. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, if I had more money, I would have totally gotten the collector's edition. The collector's edition, does that come with that comes with the code, right? Does it come with the disc?
Yeah, that's like the big controversy about it, you know, is like people want the disc, and I totally feel the same because like I have a disc console as well.
Yeah.
But this is either way about it. Like I'm stoked about just everything else that's in there. It's like if you don't want everything else that's in there, then you know just get the regular game.
Right.
But it is weird that it comes with a steel book, but it doesn't come with a disc.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I didn't know about the steelbook.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird approach.
Yeah, but in reality, you guys, we're kind of headed towards well, that's probably a discussion for a whole nother time, but we're really headed towards all digital. So, and for those of you who buy the PS4 disc, you still need to have that disc inserted to play the digital version of PS5 is what I was hearing also. So it's just, that's where the market's going. And at first, when they first announced it last year, I was like, what the hell, we don't get a disc? That's strange. But when you kind of look towards where the market is heading, I guess it's not really a surprise.
Yeah, I mean the material cost of just producing a bunch of discs too, but that's the other side of that, you know, is that there's less control, right? You have less control over your game. You can't trade your game. So yeah, definitely that's a big discussion. But man, I do like having my discs. But I like if there's a game that I really want, like I am really wanting to play Sifu right now. The more I see about it, the more I'm like, I have to experience this. This looks really good.
Yeah,
like I had my doubts, you know. I was kind of like, maybe not. But no, since it came out, like I've seen just the concept too, you know, like you're getting older but stronger. Like it's a hardcore kind of game. So I'm very curious about that one. I'm probably going to buy that. And if I like it enough, I'll get like a collector's or whatever edition.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely looking into that one also. I know, you know, anyone in the chat, if you guys are fans of roguelikes, you might not like me in a little bit what I'm about to say. I'm not a fan of roguelikes. I don't like losing stuff that I've worked or grinded towards like an hour or two, you know, like games like, I know the big one is Hades and stuff, and games like Returnal. I don't like losing progression in games, but Sifu is looking pretty cool. I'm gonna give that one a shot because that very fact that Tracker just said, the fact that you get older in the game actually is very appealing to me, because you know, like I'm 89 years old, so getting older is no I'm no stranger to getting older, you know what I mean? So I think that's a really unique
it's a relatable concept.
Yes, definitely. You know, definitely, man. And I'm looking forward to trying it out. Maybe it's gonna be like the first roguelike game that I actually like. But
yeah, like conceptually, I really do like the idea of it. So I'm probably gonna like download it tonight. I know I'm like trying to get through several games at the same time. I usually don't try to do this much, but man, I want to see, like there's so much cool stuff coming out this year, and I really have to be ready for Elden Ring. So.
Oh man, Elden Ring is guys in the chat, who's ready for Elden Ring? Also, if you don't agree with what I just said, your opinion's always welcome here. Let me know in the chat what roguelike game that you guys love, and I'll make sure to check it out if I haven't tried it. But I need to ask you something, Tracker. Big question, huge question before I start asking you about restocks, man. Did you finally pick your starter Pokemon in Arceus?
I did. I had a few. I was like, oh yeah. No, I gotta update on this. So yeah, I went with the water type one. I thought about it really hard, and I
Yeah.
looked at the evolution, the final evolution for it. I was like, I think this is the one. I'm just gonna go with this. And anyways, it's like I want to get on with building the rest of my team. So yeah, I'm kind of just mobbing around right now. Not making a whole lot of progress, but like I want to get I know I want to get like a Rhydon on my team. So I gotta find one of those and train it up. And I want to get to the point of like actually getting shinies. Because I see
Yeah.
some of the cool shiny Pokemon people are catching.
I
I
know,
gotta get in
man.
on that.
I know. I'm like, I need
Yeah,
a shiny. LERE says Oshawott. There we go. That's the exact same
yep.
Pokemon I picked. So awesome, man. Yeah,
Nice.
I've really been enjoying my time with it as well. At lunchtime at work, I'll sneak in like 30 to 40 minutes. That's what's really cool about the Switch is that you can like literally play it anywhere. And I've been sneaking in some time. When I get home, I've been going hard on Halo Infinite and just recently a lot of Game Pass games, but at work or whenever I'm on the go, I turn to my Switch.
Yeah, it's so handy, man. I take my Switch sometimes like grocery shopping, just like assuming that I'm gonna play it like maybe like between stores or something like that.
Right.
But I never do. But I just like that I have the option.
I know. I went to a doctor's appointment the other day, and they called my name, and I was like, 1 second, I need to save my game. I'm running out of battery. My doctor can wait because he made me wait for like 2 hours. So I was like, y'all can wait for me to save my Pokemon game. And then they looked at me and they were like, what? And I was like, just give me a minute, please.
It's like we all have our priorities.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. And Walter says, I think I picked the fire guy. Hey, good choice, Walter. Going for the fire guy.
Yeah, that was the other one I was thinking about. Yeah, Cyndaquil. To get
Cyndaquil, yeah.
Typhlosion. I was like, oh, this one, or yeah, I ended up going water type. I often pick fire type, so it was good to mix it up.
And LERA says you made the best choice. So, yeah, man, the chat's really liking your choice of Oshawott. So, good job, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I had to do it, man. I had to get into the game.
All right, Tracker. So let's get into the nitty gritty, man. What is it? And I'm gonna let you just like take this where you want to take it. You can talk about whatever retailer you want, and whatever updates. Because for the last week, when I took a break from it, I haven't been up to date with the restocks too often. And I'll definitely admit that. If you guys want to keep on top of the latest restocks, you have to be following Stock Tracker. But yeah, man, let us know whatever updates you want to let us know about when it comes to PS5
Sure.
and Xbox.
Yeah, so all right. So looking back this past week, actually these past 2 weeks have been really slow, and I think basically everybody here knows that it's been a lot slower for Xbox Series X and PS5 restocks. But we finally did actually get a major retailer do a restock on Thursday, and that was Target early in the morning.
I did see that.
It wasn't like a big restock. Yeah, it wasn't a big restock, but some stores had like over 15, and for those stores, that's really good. Of course, and as always with Target, like there are barely any digitals anywhere, except for like very few stores in different regions and stuff. But yeah, it wasn't the biggest restock they've done, but at least it was something. We finally saw a retailer do a drop. And no Xbox Series X really in the past couple of weeks. Like, of course, there's always the opportunity that you might, stumble across one in a Target store if you're checking in person from time to time. But not a whole lot outside of that. On Thursday and on Friday, we had Best Buy drop graphics cards. And this was interesting and maybe a bit controversial. I would say yes, controversial, because on Thursday they had their first big Total Tech only GPU drop. And on Friday, They did like a
Oh,
really weak public GPU drop.
really? Oh, their first Total Tech. Their first.
Yeah, it was the first
Wow.
time they ever required Total Tech for it, for
Hmm.
GPU. And it was every graphics card. So it was like Founders Edition cards, anything from that to EVGA, Gigabyte, all of them required Total Tech on Thursday. And as you would expect, like with before, we were talking about, how some kind of see Total Tech as basically like a scalper pass because it
Yeah.
makes it easier for people. It's just like a license to scalp because it's just like who is going to pay $700 for just the PS5? And we've talked about this too. Is like you want to make the most out of any membership you're going to get. So if the
Right.
membership actually has value, you then invest in it. But yeah, the tricky thing with GPU drops at Best Buy is that you can buy one of each different SKU number, right? It takes you getting through the queue. Well, some people bought like 4 different Founders Edition GPU, like a 3070, a 3070 Ti, 3080, 3080 Ti, um, because they had Total Tech and it was really easy for them. But for people who had never um, expected Total Tech GPU drops at Best Buy or anything like that, people were signing up at the last minute to try to get in on it because they were like, oh my gosh, I see people checking out. This actually might be worth it for me. And then they end up selling out. The end of it's kind of buggy and stuff. And it just, it was a good drop for everybody who had Total Tech basically and didn't get caught in a loop.
Right.
But for everybody who didn't or bought at last minute, they kind of got screwed. And then Best Buy decided to do a small drop on Friday with GPU again, except it was public, and barely anybody got through that,
Oh
as you
man.
would expect. And
Yeah.
so it's I think Cam made this point on Friday, where it was like when Best Buy said on Thursday they were sold out for these GPU, right? And there were a bunch of new Total Tech members who were like, damn it, I just got my Total Tech and I was about to buy this GPU and now it says it's sold out. Then they have a free for all the next day. If you bought Total Tech in that case and you didn't get your GPU, you probably feel like you got messed around with. So yeah, it
Man,
was kind
that's
of chaotic and
crazy.
a little tricky. And it kind of like with the public restock too, it made you feel like um it's like, man, if I want any chance at all, I better have Total Tech,
Yeah.
and it kind of just reinforces
Oh
that.
man.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it kind of gives me mixed feelings. I'm glad I got to see a lot of people get GPU for the first time on Thursday because they had Total Tech maybe for something else, and I was really happy to see those checkouts. But yeah, for the people who bought Total Tech last minute and they didn't get their GPU, and then there's a free for all the next day, that's kind of tough news to take. So I feel for those people the most, I think.
So and they didn't do. Did Best Buy do any PS5 or Xbox drops this past week?
They didn't do any consoles. No, they
Okay.
didn't sell any consoles. Yeah, I think they were heavily focused on how they could kind of coordinate this GPU drop this past week. So that does make me think that they wanted to get that done, and now they're probably going to move into consoles this coming week. I would consider Best Buy one of the most likely retailers to restock this week.
Okay.
I don't think Target is likely, and I don't think there's a whole lot of movement as far as inventory after they kind of cleared out from this past one on Thursday.
So
Walmart we haven't heard from in a long while,
mhm.
so that might be a possibility.
Can
Yeah,
before
what's
we
up?
just really quick before we move on to Walmart, I want to ask you really quick. Let's
Sure.
backtrack a little bit to Target. What was the deal going on with Target? Because I did see that it was a small drop, but um so it was only like a regional drop, or was it a universal drop, or what was going on there?
It was everywhere. I mean, just some stores didn't really have much for inventory,
Okay.
like in some regions, maybe a store had like 1 or 2 consoles. And we've seen Target do really small drops like that before. So that part wasn't too surprising, though I think there were some people um who were in different states that, once the drop started, like they never saw stock appear at any stores near them. So overall, I think it was just generally a pretty light drop. yeah, they didn't have a whole lot of inventory across the board.
Okay, so basically,
But it
yeah.
was something, you know, it was the first time we saw something in a while, actually.
Yeah, and no, but yeah, and sorry to interrupt you, Tracker, but what is it that you wanted to say about Walmart, my friend?
Oh, you're good. Yeah, just as far as what we can expect in the week ahead, you know, I think Best Buy is a possibility. Yeah, what Robbie K is saying here, a lot of reports seen screenshots about walk-ins at Best Buy at certain locations. So we're starting to see a little bit of activity in that regard. Like, and yeah, I've definitely seen it. I'm just curious how widespread this is going to be. It seems like Best Buy's taking another go at some in-person kind of activity. So definitely check in with your local Best Buys to see. And we'll see if that continues. I would like to see something like that be more, you know, consistent.
What was this walk-ins for PS5?
Yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah. Very small scale, but it's happened in a couple more places now. So like before, you know, maybe a couple months ago, we saw that happening in some Texas locations, and now it seems like it might be little instances across a couple different states right now.
Oh man, that's a good sign, but I'll
Yeah,
definitely
yeah, it's encouraging.
there's definitely a question I've had on my mind, and if anyone in the chat has any questions, you can definitely drop it so we can ask Mr. Tracker. But yeah, man, with Walmart, do we haven't seen one. When was the last Walmart drop online?
Oh goodness, it was a while ago.
Yeah, it has been a while, man.
Yeah, goodness, what was that day? I think it was like, was it? Oh my gosh,
Has it
I'll
been?
have to double
It
check.
it, it feels
It's
like it's been over a
been
month,
such a long
man.
time.
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
it's been over a month. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's been a long time.
and
Yeah, I'm curious about when they will come back and if it's going to be a member drop or not.
And you know what? I want to say, Tracker, that we kind of predicted this, man. The last time we were on, we were saying how because, the game that's incoming is Forbidden West. And I think that's why, like, the
Hmm.
demand has increased again. I want to say we predicted that the demand was going
Yeah,
to start
yeah, when we were
increasing.
talking about it, and it totally is too. Like getting into the second half of February, it's going to be a lot more challenging. I think one of the things that we kind of anticipated as well is that like this January was actually pretty active in terms of restocks, and so it kind of makes sense now because like last January was very slow, and this time around January is pretty busy, but we needed some slow time. There was going to be some slow time, and another point about why things will slow down just in general for like production distribution is that there was the Lunar New Year taking place, and billions of people on Earth celebrate that. And so that gets in the way too in terms of moving that inventory or even producing inventory, as far as consoles, as far as GPU. But it's encouraging now because we're kind of getting past the holidays and the slower period where I think like we were saying before, Elden Ring and Horizon are like going to be huge console sellers, and I think retailers want to be prepared for both. Both the games dropping and being a huge success, and also having the consoles to go with them. What I'd like to see this coming week, because we haven't seen anything out of GameStop in a bit, is I would like to see a Horizon bundle. If they're going to do a bundle with a game, why not do a Horizon bundle?
Yeah, yeah. I was about to ask you about GameStop. A
Yeah,
Horizon
yeah, it's been a
bundle.
while
Heck
for me
yeah, man.
too.
Might as well,
Yeah,
right?
I'd be down with that. Yeah, like give us some new games. That's a bundle a lot of people would be a heck of a lot happier with.
Oh yeah. Don't give us NHL 21, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't is how many copies of this show do you need to be able to pay $60 for, but buy for $5 elsewhere?
Far Cry 6.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no. So yeah, at least give us a new game. Like if GameStop's going to give us some kind of bundle, I'd love to see a Horizon bundle.
I think
So
that would
we'll
be
see. I mean, it'd be the perfect time, right?
yeah. Yeah, definitely would be the perfect time, man. We have to tweet at GameStop and be like, Horizon bundle. I mean, come on. You guys have to know that this is the game that we want it bundled with.
Right? How are you not going to do it?
Speaking of which, dude, this is an impromptu question, but I don't think this is possible, but theoretically asking, like, or thinking, theoretically speaking, uh, what are the odds we can get like a Horizon like limited edition PS5?
Hmm.
It's
I'm curious how
it's
they
kind of
would
too
go
late,
about
huh?
it. I don't think that's going to happen. I feel pretty doubtful about it. I mean, it would make the most sense as far as any kind of limited edition console for Sony, but I think it's kind of tricky because they have the plate like interchangeable plates. Like they could just sell like Horizon plates or something like
That's
that.
true. That's true too, man. Unless they make the middle part like silver or something.
Right, right. They'd have to do something really unique with that. Honestly, if you think about it, like though it would be really hype to have like a limited edition console, when you think about like the Halo console,
Right.
it basically costs the exact same for a consumer as the standard Series X. Um, and so if they're going to sell just like a Horizon console for like 499 for disc, they could actually get more out of it if they just sold the disc console separately and also sold these like 60-70 dollar plates.
That's true. That's true, man.
That's kind of a cool direction. I'm curious what they'll do with that because I like the different colors, but it's like we had third parties already making different colors. What I really want to see is like some really cool like proprietary limited edition, really cool looking plates if they're going to do something like that.
Uh
So we'll
yeah.
see, I guess. I'm curious what they would do for a limited edition console.
Yeah, definitely. Guys in the guys and girls in the chat, let us know if we see a limited edition PS5, which game would you want it for? I'm thinking of a game in particular that I would totally try to get, man, if they made limited edition, which is God of War. And
I was gonna say, yeah.
I have to say something, man. I was not a fan of the one that we got for the PS4 Pro. Um, I mean, that's just my opinion. Did you guys like the PS4 Pro limited edition of God of War? That thing, honestly, to me, man, I'm gonna be a little bit blunt about it. I thought it was kind of ugly. But I don't know if have you seen Tracker, the limited edition God of War for the PS4 Pro console?
I don't think so, right? I think I've kind of missed it. Yeah.
It's a little, I don't know, man. It's a little bit hard to. It's a little bit hard on the eyes, man. I'm not gonna. Well, for me personally, maybe I'm just talking for myself,
Yeah.
but
No,
it's
I get that.
just
No, I
yeah.
feel like, man, like limited edition consoles can really go either way. A lot of the time, like, a lot like some people will really love it and some people really just, it's like not what you expect. And some just don't look that great. Like with the Halo Xbox, I think more universally, I've seen so many like PlayStation, like hardcore PlayStation fans look at the Halo Xbox and they're like, okay, that's actually a really nice looking console.
Yeah,
Um, I think it has a lot more universal appeal, but there are some limited edition consoles that kind of just don't look good.
and like
It's just kind of a miss.
yeah, Walter in the chat says, "Ooh, God of War." Walter, are you a God of War fan? Parajess says, yeah, Parajess was saying it would probably be for God of War. That's what I'm thinking. Jay Gonzalez, the Spider-Man. Yeah, there was a Spider-Man PS4 also. That's pretty limited now. PS4 Pro came out with quite a bit of limited edition consoles, and like you said, Tracker, some of them are not as pretty as the other ones. There was a PS2 very limited edition console. I'm a big fan of translucent consoles, and it was one of the PS4s that was like, it was a translucent blue, but I think it was limited to like 5,000 units. That one really, I was like, oh man, I want to get it. That one looks like good. I would get it like today if I had the money, man. I don't know if anyone in the chat remembers that one, that translucent PS4. Ooh boy. I grew
And
up,
that's so
I would
cool.
I would
I love it. I love it when they like that. That's a cool idea.
yeah. Bring back the translucent consoles. Who in the chat agrees with me, man? See, back in the 90s, I was 48 years old, dude, and I was a huge fan of translucent consoles. I want them to make a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, PlayStation's got to do something eventually, right?
Yeah, yeah. There was some PS4 controllers that released translucent controllers that looked really cool. And I think Target had like a translucent red one. Walmart had the clear, and I think no, GameStop. I think Walmart had the blue one and GameStop had the clear one. But I'm a sucker for translucent consoles. Walter says, I've beat every God of War except the prequel and the new one. Oh, Ascension. So you haven't beat Ascension and the newest one. Yeah, Walter, man, if you get a chance, dude, really, really awesome games, man. Ascension really is a throwback to the older God of War games, and the new one is a complete reimagining of it. But Tracker, dude, so we talked about what Target, Walmart, Best Buy. What are we missing here?
A little bit of GameStop.
A little bit of GameStop.
Yeah, yeah. I think, and basically all of these retailers are due for both consoles, not just one or the other. So if you're looking for an Xbox Series X or a PS5, definitely just kind of stay tuned in the next week or two. I do think that retailers, to a certain degree, there's a lot of interaction between the retailers and the manufacturers. So that's something to keep in mind. And the manufacturers, like Microsoft and Sony, they really want to sell their first party games. And they want to sell any kind of big game that can move a lot of consoles and create a lot of hype. Like Elden Ring, though it's like, on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X, like it's gonna be great on all those consoles, right? At least that's what we're anticipating based on everything we've seen. It looks like it's gonna be such a huge hit. It's gonna be a blockbuster kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the manufacturers really want to benefit from that. And you can bet that there's some interaction going on with the manufacturers and the retailers about how to kind of coordinate things in a way that there's kind of enough inventory that, people are able to get the games and a new console. So yeah, in the second half of February, I've been anticipating that it would be busier than the first half. And especially since we haven't seen, here's another one, Amazon. We didn't see Amazon drop at all in January. They completely skipped a month for dropping disc PS5. They'd usually do it monthly. So I'm thinking, probably getting towards the Elden Ring release, which is going to be on the 25th. So not this coming Friday, but the Friday after. That will be a week to probably keep an eye out for the possibility of Amazon. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's another big one that we're definitely due for.
What about any like smaller locations, like well, not smaller locations, but I guess the like Sam's Club and Costco and GameFly,
Sure.
Ants Online. Have we heard anything about that, or have you heard anything about that? Those locations?
Ants Online, I think they're probably going to do something this coming week. I think there's a really good chance of that. And part of the reason for me thinking that is they're doing a Halo Xbox giveaway. So if you guys haven't checked that out, be sure to check out Ant Online's page. They're doing a Halo Xbox giveaway, and I believe that ends like maybe on Wednesday this coming week. So, just knowing retailers and how they, especially like smaller retailers that are always trying to prove themselves, and I would definitely put Ant Online in that category. Like they're always kind of measuring themselves up against much bigger retailers and doing a pretty dang good job. I would anticipate they would, not only want to get the hype from the Halo Xbox giveaway, but they'll probably want to sell some consoles ahead of Horizon. They've been really active on Twitter. I
Yeah.
don't know if you've caught on to that, but they've been like really interacting a lot more with gamers lately. And I think they're trying to have, like a good idea of what their, customers are looking for. So definitely considering Ant Online a possibility this coming week. Sam's Club, it's been a long time for them. You know, it's just like it's been a long time for them and Walmart, which, you know, they're the same essentially. But Sam's Club usually does their like late night PS5 bundles if they're going to do it. And if they are going to do it, it's usually over a Thursday night going into Friday.
Okay.
So we'll see if they do anything. Big question on my mind is definitely what Walmart is going to do and like when they're going to come back.
I also
And then yes, as far as Costco, they might do their big old PS5 bundle again.
yeah. And for Costco, the membership for Walmart Plus doesn't apply. I mean, not, I'm sorry. For Sam's Club, backtracking really quick to Sam's Club, you don't have to be. They don't
Sure.
have exclusive Walmart Plus drops, right?
Oh no, yeah, they keep those kind of separate,
Okay.
basically. Yeah, so if you're trying to get a console from not a console, I'll say a bundle just outright because they all only do bundles at Sam's Club. But if you're trying for that one, you'll need a Sam's Club membership or to pay a handling fee. The Walmart Plus membership will not work for Sam's Club, and
Okay.
and same with Walmart. Yeah, so if there is a Walmart Plus drop, Sam's Club membership wouldn't do the trick.
For being here, much appreciated. And until we see you next time, stay safe and stay awesome. You're cool. Later, guys. Yeah.